Hello and welcome. This chapter is called The Innocent Perception. This topic is called Atonement Without Sacrifice. This is David Gikandi and I'm very happy that you're here and that we're sharing. Thank you very much for your time. Let's dive right into it. We'll start with projecting your fear onto your Creator. Okay? Now, the course says that there's a particular point that must be made perfectly clear before any remaining fear that is associated with miracles can disappear. So according to the course, this is a very, very, very important point. So let's dive right into it and see what point this is. This whole topic focuses on the idea that God appears to us as we see Him. Okay? Which means that almost all of us imagine and believe that God, like us, punishes or hurts us for one reason or the other. Now, these are my own words, this second paragraph. So this didn't come from the course. This is just my interpretation of what this topic is really all about. Deepak Chopra has a very good book called, I think it's called How to Know God. But in there, he goes through the 7 stages that human beings go through, and as human beings evolve, or even as an individual you grow in your own personal one life, God seems to change. You know, or let's say the Creator or Allah, whatever you want to use. So this is not particular. We're talking about the Creator here. At a certain stage, we seem to see the Creator as, let's say, somebody who's a vengeful God, one who does punishment and all that. And at a certain stage of our evolution, we start to see as a benevolent Creator, one who does not really believe into killing everybody and getting his vengeance and all that. And at a certain stage, we even move up to a point whereby we see the Creator as we in Him, Him in us, that kind of thing, you know, one with us and us one with it or Him. So God appears to us as we see Him. In other words, we sort of project our idea of a Creator onto the Creator. You know what I mean? So the cause here in this topic is saying that there are certain fears that have come to be associated with miracles, and they must be faced, you know, so that we can really move forward properly. And I think now you can start to connect where these fears come from. Like we've said, we seem to project our idea of the Creator onto the Creator. So we're not really looking at God directly. We're looking at our image of God in a way, you know. So now we're back to the text as it's written in the course. The holy benign lesson the Atonement teaches is lost if it is tainted with this kind of distortion in any form. Okay? Benign, you know, it's kind of like a kind and caring lesson that the Atonement teaches. Now that kindness, that kind caring lesson will be lost if it is tainted with this kind of fear, you know, that we're talking about. So let's just get in. That was just the first slide. Let's dive into it and, you know, get to know what this really means. Now the cause says, the statement, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, that comes from the Bible, is a misperception by which one assigns his own evil past to your Creator. The evil past has nothing to do with God. He did not create it. He does not maintain it. Your Creator does not believe in retribution or punishment. His mind does not create that way. He does not hold your evil deeds against you. Is it likely that He would hold them against Jesus? Be very sure that you recognize how utterly impossible this assumption is and how entirely it arises from projection. So, like we said, the course does tend to use a lot of terminology that you find in the Bible as a way of not only explaining further and clarifying further, but also moving us beyond, you know, or rather growing us, letting us mature. Okay, so that's why, for example, this reference to Jesus has been made here. In other words, it's saying that, you know, the idea that God took Jesus and punished Jesus for our sins, according to the cause, is, in quotes, utterly impossible. Okay? So as you can see, it's quite a in your face, point blank course. This one, it really is not there to pull any punches, but that's what it says. Again, the course says this kind of error is responsible for a host of related errors, including the belief that God rejected Adam and forced him out of the Garden of Eden. It is also why you may believe from time to time that I, Christ, consciousness, am misdirecting you. Sacrifice is a notion totally unknown to your Creator. It arises solely from fear, and frightened people can be vicious. Good teachers never terrorize their students. To terrorize is to attack, and this results in rejection of what the teacher offers. The result is learning failure. In a nutshell, the course is saying forget about a vengeful evil God who's trying to, misdirect you or punish you or kick you out of the garden and all that sort of stuff. It's saying you totally need to reevaluate this idea in your mind, because as long as you hold any fragment of it, you're going to be tainting the process, the goal that you're trying to achieve here, which is the atonement and even miracle making. Okay? Sacrifice, innocence, and strength. The lion and the lamb lying down together symbolizes that strength and innocence are not in conflict, but naturally live in peace. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Again, that's from the Bible. Is another way of saying the same thing. A pure mind knows the truth, and this is its strength. It does not confuse destruction with innocence, because it associates innocence with strength, not with weakness. Are you noticing how the course keeps turning what we hold as a culture, as a human race, our mythical and our cultural and moral and ethical ideas? Quite often the course just turns it upside down completely, which somehow indicates, to me at least, that obviously if we really are immersed in an illusion and we need to wake up, then obviously the waking state is sort of very different from the sleep state. Otherwise, why would it be called the dream state? Do you understand what I'm saying here? So you have to be ready for this course flipping everything that you know sometimes, and this is one such example. And it's saying that, look, quite often we confuse innocence, we mistake innocence for weakness, and we think that destruction is strength. But it's saying, no. Innocence is strength. Okay? Innocence is strength. And we've already defined innocence previously, and I think we'll dive more into it as well as we move on. Innocence is incapable of sacrificing anything, because the innocent mind has everything and strives only to protect its wholeness. Okay? The innocent mind has everything, therefore it is incapable of sacrificing. All it does is to maintain wholeness. It cannot project. The innocent mind cannot project. Remember, innocence. Go back to the whole idea of the separation or the fall. The separation or the fall is an idea, is a belief in a false idea that we are separated. Okay? This is the so-called evil in quotes. Okay? Or the mother of it. Innocence, on the other hand, to me, is the original state whereby the mind is whole. It is not holding on to any false idea of separation from the Creator and so on. Anyways, it cannot project. Innocence is incapable of sacrificing anything, because the innocent mind has everything and strives only to protect its wholeness. It cannot project. It can only honor other minds, because honor is the natural greeting of the truly loved to others who are like them. Honor is a natural greeting of the truly loved to others who are like them. The Lamb taketh away the sins of the world, again a biblical reference, in the sense that the state of innocence or grace is one in which the meaning of the atonement is perfectly apparent. Yeah? The atonement is entirely unambiguous. In other words, there's no confusion in it. It is perfectly clear because it exists in light. Only the attempts to shroud it in darkness have made it inaccessible to those who do not choose to see. The atonement itself radiates nothing but truth. It therefore epitomizes harmlessness and sheds only blessings. Okay? No punishment. It could not do this if it arose from anything but perfect innocence. Do you see that? The only way it can do this is because it arose from perfect innocence. Innocence is wisdom because it is unaware of evil, and evil does not really exist. Evil, remember, is the so-called child, you could say, of the illusion of separation. Okay? It is, however, perfectly aware of everything that is true. The resurrection demonstrated that nothing can destroy truth. Good can withstand any form of evil, as light abolishes forms of darkness. Good is light. Good is not the moral and ethical definitions we've come to define as human beings. Remember, we're talking on a higher level here. So good is light. And the same way that as soon as you turn on the lights, all darkness disappears in a room, all of it, in the same way, good or innocence can withstand any form of evil. Evil does not exist, and because it's just an illusion, the minute innocence steps in, or good in quotes, evil is nowhere to be seen at all. There is no need for a fight even. The atonement is therefore the perfect lesson. If you can accept this one generalization now, there will be no need to learn from many smaller lessons. You are released from all your errors if you believe this. That's a powerful statement. If you can accept this one generalization now, that the atonement is the perfect lesson, there will be no need to learn from many smaller lessons. Because with the atonement, you are once and for all released from all errors, if you believe this. The innocence of the Creator is the true state of the mind of His Son. That is your natural state. That's your natural state. In this state, your mind knows the Creator, for the Creator, or God, is not symbolic. He is fact. Knowing His Son, or you, as He is, you realize that the atonement, not sacrifice, is the only appropriate gift for the Creator's altar, where nothing except perfection belongs. The understanding of the innocent is truth. That is why their altars are truly radiant. Very nice, simple paragraph here. Okay? It's saying that innocence is a Creator's state of mind, and it is also the natural state of mind of you and I, of the Creator's sonship. And in that natural state of mind, your mind, or rather all minds, one mind, there's only one, knows the Creator, knows, not thinks of or not imagines, knows. Because the Creator is not symbolic. At this level, we might take God as symbolic, but the Creator is fact. And with an innocent mind, you will know the Creator in fact, not in theory. Knowing, yeah? Now, once you know this, you realize that sacrifice is not something that you can take to the Creator. It is unnecessary. It is even unlike that natural state. The only thing you can present to the Creator is innocence, because that is your shared state. The holy, benign lesson the atonement teaches is lost if it is tainted with the idea of a punitive God in any form. It bears repeating, the holy, benign, kind, gentle, compassionate lesson that the atonement teaches is lost if it is tainted with the idea of a punitive God in any form. God is not trying to punish you in any way or teach you through suffering. That is you, not God doing it. Guilt. Now, this is my slide again. This did not come from the course. I have a question for you. Is guilt something that you made or something that God or the Creator made? Think about that. And when I say you, I don't mean you in person, like, because, you might say, oh, David, I was just born 40 years ago, and guilt has been there for many years before I came here, how can you say that I made it? Well, if it makes it easier for you to understand it, imagine that when I say you, I'm including all the separated ones before and after you were here on earth. Speaking in time in that way. So is guilt something that you made or something that God made? Think about that. Is there anything in the idea of guilt that says that this must have been something that the Creator made? Don't you think it's something that is very simple for us to manufacture with the kind of powers that we've been endowed with by our Creator? So my suggestion to you is guilt is not something that God made or the Creator made. It's something that we made and we continue to make. We made, in speaking in time, a long time ago when the separation first happened, and we continue to make it. So is it something really worthwhile holding on to? Just a question. So thank you once again. I really appreciate that. It's been real, it's been fun, and I hope you can continue joining me and us in many more videos to come, and I hope these things are really helping you. Thank you so much and have a brilliant day. Bye.